Hi, friends. So today I want to talk about David and Goliath. David was able to beat Goliath, and looking at his situation, it looked like it was going to be an impossible task for him to complete, right? So in our lives, God has amazing plans for us, for our purpose, for our future, right? But with that, we have to be able to overcome some obstacles. We're going to go through hurdles in life, right? That's just part of being on this earth. You're going to go through hurdles, you're going to go through obstacles, but you have to actually remember that you're also an overcomer, and he doesn't give you things that you're not able to handle and you're not over to overcome. And a lot of times when you go through those hurdles, and you're going through things, it's to prepare you for something. It's to prepare you, right? So if we look at 1 Samuel 17, verses 50, that is page, let's see, 407, and that's the King James Version. So it talks about how, okay, so Goliath had a lot of advantages over compared to David. He was taller than him. He was stronger than him. He was a giant, so he was huge. David was this scrawny, he was like a smaller kid, and he only had a sling and he had a rock. Goliath had his size, he had his strength, he had his height, his strength, and he had a sword. So Goliath had a lot of advantages to beat David. It was just, I think when he even came out, Goliath probably laughed. He probably was like, that's who I'm going to combat with. No way. It was probably like an easy win. He laughed at it, right? But David knew he could overcome this challenge. He was able to overcome this challenge. He took a sling and his rock, and he killed him with one shot. Oh, I shouldn't say that word on TV.
It's not TV, it's YouTube.
On one shot. So it shows us right here. So there has like a little summary. But it shows us how he was able to overcome the obstacle and able to defeat Goliath. So you're going to go through obstacles in life, but you have to stand strong and know that you're going to be able to overcome those obstacles. And it's part of life. We're all going to go through them. Even when things look like they're so impossible, like how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out of this situation? How am I going to get over this obstacle, this challenge? There's always a way, and everything is always a lesson learned. Like, I wish I would have known that when I was younger. Like, I would have just enjoyed the process. Like, right now, older, so any struggles I go through, I'm like, God, what do you want me to learn from this? What do you want me to take from this? I'm curious, and I'm excited. And I like to continue to learn and to continue to grow as a person. So even like, if anything happens to me, I'm like, why did I react like that? I just love to learn. So it's always to prepare us and to help us become overcomers and not feel defeated. This is an amazing story because it shows that all odds were against David. It looked like there was no way he was going to win. It was impossible. He was smaller than him. He only had a rock and a sling. Goliath was huge. He was a giant. He was tall, he was strong, he was already like a fighter, he was already a warrior. So it's like he had so many strengths, he had so many advantages over him. And David still, you know what he was? He was deaf to the negative hearing. When people had negative comments saying, you're not going to be able to beat him, he's bigger than you, he was deaf to their negativity. You got to ignore it. It doesn't matter. Don't let it sink in and get into your mind. Because the scripture also says, a man, which is his spirit, is as he thinks in his heart. So don't listen to those negative things. Be deaf to it, right? And you're over to overcome those obstacles, just like David did. All right, bye, guys.